to shine. Everybody gather round. I'm the new kid in this town. Let me lay it on the mic. This my time to shine. Na 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 na. Whoa. Na 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 na. This my time to shine. Let's kick back, enjoy the ride. My advice is don't think twice. Everyone around the world, look at me, I'm fine. This is the way it's gonna be. Just you and me, so hold on tight. Yeah, this time is mine. Come join the ride. Be bright, be loud, be you, behold the one that you've been waiting for. May. Na 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 na. Whoa. Na 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 na. This my time to shine. I'm shining. People, you are with me now. I'm not here to play around. Let me show you what I am. This my time to shine. All together one more time. Ring my bell and let it chime. Everyone around the world, look at me. This is the way it's gonna be. Just you and me, so hold on tight. Yeah, this time is mine. Come join the ride. Be bright, be loud, be you, behold the one that you've been waiting for. May. Na 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 na. Whoa. Na 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 na. This my time to shine. I'm gonna tell ya. This is about me. I'm with the way. I'm gonna tell ya. This is about me. I'm with the weight. I'm gonna tell ya. This is about me. I'm with the weight. I'm gonna tell ya. This is about me. I am with the weight. Be bright, be loud, be you, behold the one that you've been waiting for. May. Na 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 na. Whoa. Na 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 na. This my time to shine.
I want it now and I ain't never gonna back down. I want it now and I ain't never gonna back down. I want it now and I ain't never gonna back down. I want it now and I ain't never gonna back down. I am no regular citizen. Nope. Do you understand what you're witnessing? You cannot tell what the difference is. I want it all and I'm winning it. I do not care about opinions. Time to make a few decisions so I can take a position. I'ma go get it, I'm punching and kicking. I keep on moving it out for me. Just do it and stop at a talking G. I'm not expressing no modesty. I can't see nobody stopping me. If there's a problem, I gotta solve it. Straight to the top, I can't see myself falling. I gotta grab it, there's no time for stalling. Number one son and don't have other options. Now I'm fired up. I'm sorry, brother, your time's up. I see the top and I climb up. I came from the ashes, I rise.
Oh yeah.
It's a pivotal day number 9 of the 13th CISM World Military Women's Football Championship. Our first match today features the United States looking to lock themselves into at least the bronze medal match. They take on Ireland, coming off their first ever win in the tournament. The Irish, of course, looking to try and pull off a stunner here in Spokane. Hi, everybody. I'm Alex Gould. Alongside me is U.S. Air Force Staff Sergeant Shelby Pruitt-Johnson. Really appreciate you joining us here today. Shelby, the United States looked to finish off Group A with a strong win over an Ireland team who searched for the upset here at Union Stadium.
Ireland's coming with heads high after that first win with a lone goal by Siobhan O'Sullivan in the 78th minute last match. But the U.S., like you said, they're looking for that ticket to the bronze medal match, so both have great motivation to play their A game here today.
And of course, the United States got revenge on Germany, winning 2-1 a couple of days ago. All right, let's take a look at the Group A rankings. Let's take a look at the standings. The standings are pretty simple to this point, Shelby. The United States, who have 6 points, look to win here to get to 9, which would automatically lock themselves in for the bronze medal match with a win or a draw. They could even lose to Ireland today. As long as they don't lose by 7 or more, they would still make the bronze medal match. The Irish team could tie for second in the group with a win, but because of goal differential, that's the key. Goal differential is the tiebreaker. The Irish would miss the bronze medal match. And of course, you take a look here, Cameroon, boy, are they in a good spot. They play Belgium later on tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific time. They are looking to become the first African nation to reach the gold medal match with a win or a draw against Belgium. If the U.S. wins and Belgium pulls the most shocking upset in tournament history, the United States would still have to have a better goal differential, which would mean, as you see there on your screen, they trail Cameroon by a 6-goal margin. So they not only have to hope Belgium pulls off the upset, but have to hope they win by about 5 or more goals here today. And of course, in Group B, South Korea and France have the star-studded Spokane showdown tomorrow at this very time to determine the winner of Group B. That's a 3:30 Pacific time start for that match, Shelby, and that is must-watch football.
I was just going to say the same thing. Pencil in that match between South Korea and France. It is going to be a great technical match between the two teams and really show who's going to be bringing it on in the bronze medal and the gold matches.
Speaking of France, let's take a look at some of the highlights from yesterday's matches. We will start with Mali's win over the Netherlands, and Shelby, the first ever win for Mali in this tournament, much like Ireland did the other day. What a special moment it was. Umu Kone had 2 goals and an assist to cap off a 3-0 defeat of the Dutch.
It just brings Umu Kone into the list of scorers, the top CISM goal leaders, and that she's tied now with 9 other players for that 3 goals.
The Netherlands were able to get a goal late in that match, but Mali was celebrating. It was a big-time victory. In the nightcap, Canada's wall of defenders held strong through 60 minutes of action, but it was a 62nd minute goal by Anissa Belkacemi to give the French a 1-0 lead. She added a second strike 15 minutes later to cap off a 3-0 defeat of Canada. And that match set up what is essentially a semifinal between them and South Korea tomorrow. And like we were saying, we can't wait for those two to compete for 90 minutes, partner.
Canada really held strong. They had a shutout against France in the first half. They were holding it strong, but just let a couple in after the second half.
So France with a big-time win. Of course, the Ireland team coming out of the locker room here. They will join the United States for the CISM March. But I think we can take a look at the tail of the tape right now and see where these two teams are at. Just these two, as we were saying earlier. Ireland's first ever win, the 1-0 victory over Belgium because of the goal by Siobhan O'Sullivan. They get 3 points, and then the United States, they have 2 wins in this tournament. A 10-0 victory over Belgium, and then a 2-1 sweet revenge win over Germany. They were asked, the United States, who are you most looking forward to competing and trying to beat at the pep rally, Shelby? And they said Germany because of Germany's 1-0 victory a couple of years ago in Wuhan.
The support between the nations, and even though there was that friendly rivalry, they were both hugging and clapping and being friends with each other at the end of the game, and I'm sure that they hung out because those two teams have a great special relationship, as well as a lot of these teams here playing at the CISM tournament.
The heat is back today. So it was about 75 degrees yesterday. Got up to about 78, 79 degrees Fahrenheit. But boy, the heat is back today. It was about 23.7 degrees Celsius at the start of the day yesterday. Of course, that is way up today. So about 90 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to be a lot hotter. I know in Ireland they're not quite used to this weather, but boy, they were on fire on the pitch the other day in their win over Belgium. You could just see how elated Darren Cody and the rest of this team was. It was such a fun match to call.
Well, we'll see here today how they celebrate, their win, their draw, or even their loss here today against Ireland.
So again, the United States and Ireland getting ready. But talking about the time differences, whether you're on Pacific time, maybe you're over there in New York or on the East Coast, it's going to be a 6:30 start time. Maybe you're in the southern part of the country or the Midwest, 5:30 start time. And then if you're in Ireland, 11:30 p.m., so an 8-hour time difference for those of you in Ireland. But again, as always, we hear you, we see you. I know this Irish team has been dancing and diving, having a lot of fun, both on the pitch and off the pitch. They've had great bonding experiences, Shelby, with a lot of these other nations.
Well, speaking of bonding experiences, here we'll have the two teams, Ireland and the U.S., walk out onto Union Stadium Field with the CISM March, kind of uniting the two teams together.
And now the national anthem of Ireland. And now the national anthem of the United States. Spokane youth marching on the field with the players and our
Two beautiful national anthems there as you take a look at the referees for today's match. Referee Mariska Overtoom from the Netherlands. Assistant referee Don Frijn, also from the Netherlands. Johan Tita, assistant referee from France. And Alexandra Collat from France as well. Some family shout-outs for the referees I'm going to get to in a moment after the starting lineups here. I know the referees wanted to shout out some family watching back home in France and the Netherlands. But as the players, the captains today in center circle, will flip the coin here and exchange the banners, we will take a look at the starting 11 first for the United States. See on your screen there, head coach Derek Wayan. It's a pretty special day for him today, Shelby. We'll get to that at the start of the match as well. But in goal is Jen Hiddink. Left back, making her first start of the tournament, is Erica Jarmer. Left center back is Jen Gillette. Right center back is Jada Sargent. And also making her first start of the tournament is the right back, Taylor Kipilei. Then the holding midfielder is Simone Gardner. Two attacking mids for the United States today. They have Kyle Bridell and Christina the Bear O'Sullivan. The three forwards for the U.S. Making her first start of the tournament is Nikaya Comer, the left wing. Center forward, Haley Robertson, tied with Sarah Paulison from France for the most goals in the tournament. And then rounding out the starting 11, making her first start of the tournament as well, is Lauren McGovern, the right wing. All right, let's take a look at Ireland's lineup. You see it there under head coach Darren Cody. In goal is Lauren Dunn. She was sensational. Had a shutout against Belgium last match. Left back is Leah Walsh. The left center back is Shannon Thomas. The right center back is Rachel Madden. And the right back is Essie O'Connell. In the middle of the pitch for Ireland, Leah McAvoy is the left mid. The attacking mid is Shelley Keogh. Then the right midfielder is Chloe Foy. And then the three forwards from left to right. The left wing is Daisy Teisel. The center forward is Angela McGuigan. She was terrific last match as well. And then rounding out the starting 11 is Emer Nolan. So those are the starting 11 on both sides of the pitch. And you will see the United States will, and their keeper and Jen Hiddink will have to look into the sun here in the first half. And the United States and Nikaya Comer will start with the ball. But referee shout-outs real quick. We're giving shout-outs on the broadcast this week. Mariska Overtoom, the head referee, wants to shout out her siblings, Franca, her older sister, Jessica, her older sister as well, Case, her little brother, and then Willie, her older brother, as well as her parents, Rebecca and Peter. Loves you guys very much and misses you. Don Frijn, the assistant referee, his mom, Debbie, and his dad, Paul. Love you guys very much and miss you as well. And then Johan Tita, his wife, Cecil, and his 1-year-old baby girl, Lily. So those are the shout-outs. And Alexandra Collat said, listen, I want to wait until I'm the head referee. I promise there's family to shout out. So we're going to get to her shout-outs either tomorrow or during the bronze and gold medal matches when she works next as the head referee. But big shout out to these referees for everything they do. And we are underway here, 30 seconds into the match. And it will be an Irish throw-in here on the near side.
Well, as you can tell, both teams are very excited to end group play here. Both teams were taking a photo on the sidelines before the game started. They are ready to bring their A game and going to play some great football here today.
So Rachel Madden threw it in there. United States not starting today is Morgan the Cheetah Roberts as the right wing. So she is not starting today. Neither is Katie Gernsbacher, who had the decisive goal in the 64th minute against Germany. Chipped one over the keeper and Michka and finished it herself. It was one of the most spectacular goals we've seen all tournament long. Aaron Spear not starting. Scotty Colton, the left back, who was injured last match, is not even dressed today. So she is not available for the United States. There's no Meredith Reisinger today, as well as Kaylee Utley, the left wing, captain in the Army from St. Louis, Missouri. She had the first goal last match against Germany in the 11th minute to get the scoring started. So a lot of changes on the United States side of things.
If you think, too, coming into the last couple of games here in group play, having the opportunity to bring in some new players and get their foot on the ball a little bit right before the bronze match that they may go to is kind of great for the coaching staff to get them to have that experience.
Erica Jarmer throws it in, looking for Comer. And it will be a corner kick. So a corner kick here for the United States.
Corner kick for Team USA.
The corner kick played short, and, well, we'll do it again. That was played short by Lauren McGovern, the right wing, who's taking the corners here on the near side of the pitch for the U.S. team today, making her first start of the tournament.
Lauren McGovern is a captain in the Army from Denver, Colorado, as she takes the shot.
McGovern, low liner. Finds it at her feet again, see if she wants to play it back in to the penalty area. Still inside the penalty area and cleared away, and so it'll be a throw-in on the far side now for the Bear herself. Instead, going to give way to her teammate and Taylor Kipilei. Kipilei making her first start of this tournament. Shelby played 2 years of soccer at the Naval Academy. Played 610 minutes in her career in 2013 and 2014. Throw in there by Leah Walsh, the left back, who played sensationally. I mean, this back line for Ireland is some of the best we've seen in this championship setting. Their first ever win, their first ever shutout. So the defense was great, and they got their first ever goal by Siobhan O'Sullivan. Here's a ball, and it will be stopped by the keeper, and Dunn, who is also sensational. So Dunn will boot it away here. But a very happy birthday to the United States head coach. So hopefully we'll get him. Take a look. Happy birthday to Derek Wayan. You see him rocking the jean jacket there. He is such a funny guy and fun-loving human being. One of the best people we've gotten the chance to meet. We were going to say happy 30th birthday, but he wanted us to be serious for once and say happy 78th birthday today to Derek Wayan. But I know his wife Melissa, son Max, and daughter Bella wish they could be with him today, but they are so proud of the coach that he is, the husband, father, and person that he is. And I know, Shelby, we've only known Derek for about 10 days or so. We finally hit the double-digit mark. I know we can both confidently say he's one of the best souls on this earth. Not just sarcastic, but he cares so much about this country and cares so much about these women and molding them in to the best people that they can be, regardless of the way they're playing out on the pitch.
You know, I was going to say the same thing. That it's one thing to care as a coach about the team, but it's another thing to care as a person to these ladies here. He talks a lot about mentorship and leadership, and these women here, great job at him being a coach and just caring for these ladies.
I know they're having a watch party in Georgia. A lot of his family is tuning in, so we say, hi, guys. We hear you, we see you, appreciate you tuning in. Now you're hoping that husband and dad and gets a victory today. I know Ireland is hoping and wishing a happy birthday to Derek Wayan, but hoping that they get the victory against the United States today. But also, too, a shout-out on the Ireland side of things. Devin Roach, the trainer for Ireland, had to go back to Ireland for a wedding. So he could not see this match, but he did get to witness the history a couple of days ago against Belgium. And so Darren Cody and the rest of the staff and team wanted to wish him safe travels. I know he's in the Denver airport right now trying to tune in before some of his connecting flights back to Ireland. So, Devin, appreciate everything you did. Good ball here. Dunn was a little indecisive. Comer couldn't get to it. It's punched out by Dunn inside the penalty area. That's Shelly Kyo. Here's Comer again. Blazing speed from number 2 for the United States. Still has it. Robertson. He's got 4 tallies already. And it's cleared away. A throw in for the United States.
You know, that Denver airport, I hear it's really great for sleeping for hours on a day from the Belgium girls who had to sleep there. on their way to the U.S. for this CISM tournament.
Here's Shelly Kyo. Can she get there first? Instead, it's Jada Sargent, who is in the Navy. Not only defends the country pretty well, but she is great on this back line. From Syracuse, New York, played at Buffalo State College and then transferred to Moyne University, and then played for the Rochester Lancers. So far, 8th minute of the match, 0-0 between these two nations. These two, Shelby, and we were alluding to it in the pregame, have had so much fun with one another, so much respect, and every woman has really soaked it all in, this experience and getting the chance to be here.
Well, when you talk to any player, any team, the big message is getting to come here, play with other ladies who are in the military, other ladies who are in the same branches as them, other ladies who play this game of soccer from different nations, and just having that one love for the game has been the most eye-opening for a lot of the girls here at the CISM tournament.
McGovern tried to save it over there, but it's going to be a throw-in on the far side, right by the corner flag. Leah Walsh again, a PTE in the Army from Wexford, Ireland. Chance here for Robertson. Good deflection. It's going to be a corner kick on the far side. That was Rachel Madden, a lieutenant in the Army, who deflected it away. So McGovern, looks like she's going to be taking all the corners today for the United States. See if she can set up the first goal of the match. Again, a low liner. Looking for the Bear. The Bear saved by Dunn. Head by Robertson. Left foot try by Bridell is deflected. And who was it last touched by? It was last touched by Kyle Bridell. It's going to be a goal kick for Dunn again. Dunn has been sensational. Another couple of saves there for her.
That was a great jump for her, and just getting at least a fingertip or two on the ball and being able to deflect it out of the goalpost.
And you know who's going to appreciate that save is someone that we're going to meet with shortly. I'll tease it, but Erica Northam, the Ireland liaison, will join us in the booth today. And we also have a special guest coming in the second half, right around the hydration break of the second half. It's the man who's on a mission to make it so that he can plan every single person's wedding. He can plan every single person's tournaments. He has done everything to make sure that this tournament has run as smoothly, as fairly, and as confidently as it has, and that is Lieutenant Colonel Kirschman. So he will join us in the second half. We are so delighted to have Erica and Lieutenant Colonel Kirschman, or Kirsch, as everybody calls him, joining us here today. So make sure that you don't step away for the hydration breaks. Make sure that you tune in to our discussion with those two who have done such a phenomenal job making sure that Ireland is taken care of as well as everyone else in this tournament. That's what Lieutenant Colonel Kirschman's job is. So here is Comer. Left foot, right foot, deflection by Kyo. So where's the attack going to come from today for the United States? Without the Cheetah and Morgan Roberts, and without Kaylee Utley, Gernsbacher, who scored last match. Gernsbacher scored 3 goals this tournament. Who's going to step up on the attack? And for Ireland, of course, they got that dramatic goal by Siobhan O'Sullivan. But O'Sullivan today not starting for Ireland. So that's another big change for them, as well as Catherine Meany not starting today, who set up the goal on the corner in the 78th minute.
Nice through ball there, and the flag stays down.
Flag stays down over there. Don Frine kept it down. Lauren McGovern, and that is, well, off of the mark and off of the target, trying to find Comer, and it will be another goal kick for Dunn.
Lauren McGovern runs the mental health program for Fort Riley, Kansas, her base there, and she really improves the quality of life of the soldiers on Fort Riley and focuses about the stigma behind mental health, and that's something interesting here that she does a little bit on her side. An Ireland attack here with little to no help.
That's Angie McGuigan. Angela McGuigan, lieutenant in the Army for Ireland, lays it out wide. Emer Nolan, second lieutenant in the Army, also from Wexford. Talking about Wexford earlier. Nolan's an artillery officer. Played for Ferns United growing up. He's been with the defense team now for 6 years. So Leah Walsh picked up a yellow card last match, so she's got to be careful here today. She's played for the team for 4 years now. Talked about it last match, talked about it throughout the tournament. A lot of these players play other sports and decided, hey, I'll go play some football, I'll play some soccer. I'd love to represent my nation in Spokane. Darren Cody said, all right. But Gaelic football is a big sport in Ireland, as well as camogie. We're talking about those. I watched a little camogie the other night, Shelby, and I'm going to tell you, they brought it here to the United States. I'd watch. It was fun. It was fun. I was trying to understand a little bit, trying to teach myself. As McGovern says, hey, stop talking about camogie. We're playing soccer here. So McGovern trying to set up the first here for the United States in the 15th minute. Higher liner this time. Still inside the 18, inside the penalty area. Haley Robertson, can she get to it? No, she cannot. And yet again, a goal kick for Dunn. So some chances here for the United States so far, Shelby. But, again, if they want to reach the gold medal match, first and foremost, they need Belgium to win tonight anyway. So that's out of their control. But they also need to win by a decent margin here today.
Well, so far, the Irish team is doing a pretty good job here at stifling any chance that the U.S. has to score a goal.
Jen Hiddink played at the Air Force Academy, talked about her last match. Second best goals against average at 1.28. Second most saves ever in a career for the Air Force, with 353. And guess what? The third most shutouts with 14. So Hiddink, who's from Wiley, Texas, first lieutenant in the Air Force. She is a pretty good goalkeeper. Jen Gillette, you showed me a video the other day. I know they were having some watch parties. The Gillette family cheering Jen on. She's got a lot of family watching from Ormond Beach, Florida. You know, they were posting all over Facebook. They're so proud of what she's been able to do. Now Gillette trying to pass it back to the keeper in Hiddink. Gillette spent 3 seasons in the WPSL, Women's Professional Soccer League. Led the Chesapeake Charge to the United States Adult Soccer Association National Championship in July of 2013. Well, in July of 2022, she's hoping to help lead Team USA to a potential bronze or gold medal match, and this will be another corner forced by Haley Robertson of the United States. Also, too, Jen Gillette. She was an All-American rower at Florida Tech College. Not only great soccer player, a great center back, but a terrific rower as well. McGovern inside the penalty area. That's Gardner. Nice job by Nolan. Ipilei trying to keep it alive.
You talk about a lot of these players having different sports and different hobbies and athletic hobbies at that. It really opens up a new perspective to a lot of these players when they play the game of soccer. I think when you play a different sport, it benefits just learning a new way that people communicate, that a team operates, and then bringing it here and seeing how you can implement it on the soccer field, the football field, in your game here.
Comer working 1v1 with Essie O'Connell. And it was last touched by O'Connell, so Comer forces the corner kick.
It's always been a dream for Comer to rep the USA, and here she is doing just that, and starting here in the last game of group play. And something interesting, she has a podcast called From Her Perspective, and it's where she interviews female leaders and lets them tell their stories, just like the leaders out here on the pitch.
I think she wants to tell a story about a goal here as McGovern trying to set one up inside the penalty area again. Ping-ponged a couple of Ireland defenders, and the Irish force a throw-in. Haley Robertson looking for a fifth, first of the match, and there it is. Who else but number 31 for the United States? Haley Robertson connects with the left foot, and she says, move aside, Sarah Paulison. She is back on top of the goal leaderboard as the U.S. leads 1-0 here in the 20th minute.
That makes 5 for Haley Robertson here, and her mom, dad, and I know her boyfriend are watching and so proud of that goal here, the first goal in the last game for the group play for both teams.
And how about the pass into the penalty area inside the 18 by Jada Sargent. Jada Sargent getting the start today on the back line for the United States. Put a ball right off the chest of Robertson. Robertson controlled it and connected with the left foot. So a good start here for Team USA, 20 minutes in. You got to be careful into the sun there for the keeper in Hiddink. Able to control that. Seen a couple of times in this tournament, once from the United States. A ball lost in the sun on that end of the pitch. Boy, Shelby, how much has this Irish team improved since that match against Cameroon? I know they just allowed the goal there, but they've been playing stout defense. They allowed 12 against Cameroon, a learning moment, of course, for a very good Cameroon team. And the whistle blows. That was just outside the penalty area. So no penalty called, of course, but it's going to be a free kick about 2 feet outside the 18.
Well, you talked about it a little bit. It's a growing and a learning experience for all these teams. So coming out, and this is their last game of group play, so this is kind of when they get to really implement everything that they've learned throughout the entire tournament.
Lauren McGovern, who played over 1,200 career minutes at Army from 2014 to 2017, notched her first career goal her senior season. A spectacular moment for her. 19A Armor Officer. Chipped in to the 6. Did Dunn touch it last? It's kept in by Brydell over there. So it will be a U.S. throw-in on the far flank. Kyle Brydell played for Messiah College from 2012 to 2015. Trying to cross one in here. Deflected. Chance for the Bear, but hit down on the wrong part of the foot. But Brydell scored 25 goals, Shelby, in her collegiate career. And guess what? Also shared the love had 18 assists. She's played for the Armed Forces team from 2018 to 2019. As that looks like it's the hydration break here. So we're going to get Erica Northam, the liaison for Ireland, set up here. So while we set up, might be silent here for about 15 or 20 seconds as both nations go over the strategy and talk about the first 22+ minutes of this match. So both nations talking it over as we're here in the booth again. Alex Gould, U.S. Air Force Staff Sergeant Shelby Pruitt-Johnson, as well as Tech Sergeant, correct?
Master Sergeant.
Master Sergeant.
Yes,
So I was close.
Very close, very close.
And she told me that, of course, too. She literally just said it, so that's a bad memory by me. But Master Sergeant Erica Northam, really appreciate having you here.
Excited to be here.
First and foremost, we want to ask you, simple question. What is a liaison? What is your job? What do you do?
So my job is just to make sure that the team is taken care of. So from the moment they arrived here in Spokane, we met them at the airport. We helped just make sure they get to and from the games and to the practices, especially when they had their practice here at the stadium. Make sure they get their meals, make sure the comm, the chief of mission, is taken care of. And unfortunately, we did have one of our players get COVID, so we made sure that when they were in isolation, they were also taken care of.
Good. That's a big deal.
Yes, sir.
I know Shelby's got one for you here.
Well, yeah, I have a question. Have you had a chance to really bond with the team? How is that relationship between you guys?
It's excellent. I chose Ireland just for that reason. I got to spend 7 years in England, which I know is not the same, but just the camaraderie that, that all of that area is known for. I was hoping it would be the same. I was also told it would be very similar, so I was very, very excited.
Right.
And it's been awesome. They gave me a shirt. That's got to be something, right?
That is a big deal. But also, too, I want you to talk about a little bit of your soccer background and talk about your love of this game.
Sure. So I played back in when I was 7. I think I started just playing Parks and Rec, and then I got to play competitive when soccer became a little bit bigger in Juneau. And then I got to play a little bit in high school. I did get to play a little bit with the Air Force. We played in a similar tournament, very, very small in the scale. It was the CC Air Indoor Soccer Tournament, and that was over in Werendorf, Germany. So I think they just finished their 3v3 basketball tournament over there for CISM. So very, very small tournament, 5 teams. But that's what kind of got me thinking it would be awesome to be a liaison. I've coached, I've played, and I've also gotten to support.
Right. I mean, would you say that it's been a good experience so far? I mean, we're about to get here into the game, but I wanted to see what your thoughts were on the experience.
It's been absolutely amazing. This is kind of bringing it full circle, I think, and just between the team, between the people helping out. I have another person who just volunteered since he's about to leave on a trip very, very soon. And just seeing how everyone comes together and makes things happen, because we know how important this is for Fairchild. We know how important this is for the ladies and the staff out on the field. We just want to give them the best experience, both as ambassadors for the U.S. and just as football ambassadors.
Well, I know we appreciate it. The Irish team, they definitely appreciate it. And thank you for coming up here talking with us today. Yeah, and we'll get back to the game here and talk to you later on.
All right, go Ireland.
Thank you, Erica. We really appreciate you joining us. You're the best. Thank you so much. Thank you for telling your story. And, again, just one of the little pieces, but a big piece to this Ireland team. I know Darren Cody had a big shout-out for Erica and everything that she did, exactly what she meant to this nation. And a lot of these liaisons, Shelby, they don't know about a lot of these teams until they meet them face-to-face, right? But they've done such a good job. It almost feels like they know everyone's story. They've only known each other for about 2 weeks or so.
Well, it's interesting, too, when we do kind of talk to the teammates and the team, they say, a lot of what they say is, we appreciate the liaisons so much. We love that they volunteered their time to come help us out and really be that person, that helpful person that they can talk to about anything, just to make sure that they are getting what they need.
Again, big thank you to all the liaisons, everyone that is helping out, those at Fairchild Air Force Base that volunteered their time. It's really that simple, right? Not getting paid for this. They volunteered their time. They said, sure, I would love to be put with the nation. A lot of them, of course, speak the same language as a lot of these nations coming in or served somewhere over there, were stationed over where the country is. And I know she talked about England, so a little bit different, but, you know, having that familiarity with Europe. So Erica gladly volunteered, and she talked about how now a couple of other people have said if this ever comes back to Spokane or get the chance to volunteer, they'd love to. So it's a big deal.
Not only that, Master Sergeant Northam, she is the Career Assistance Advisor, one of them for Fairchild, and what that basically means, and I know you're not in the military, but they are basically a one-stop shop for getting these airmen the help that they need to get to where they want to be in the Air Force and in their personal careers. So I know she's used to kind of being that helpful person for a lot of people, and she actually has a podcast, Refueling Fairchild, and she interviewed Derek Wayan and Lieutenant Colonel Kirschman as well, and you can check that out on whatever platform you want to listen to it. And she just does so well at listening and talking to these people and getting their perspectives and able to help them out where they need to be.
You got to be friendly as a liaison. That's one of the biggest things. You got to smile a lot, and I think that's the best way to describe Erica Northam. She is so kind. We've talked to her before. She's given us so much data as well as the details on this Irish team. We're just talking about it too, how much they've grown, right? Only 1-0 United States. I think a lot of people looked at this match and said could be about a 5-0, 6-0 victory for the U.S. Again, you just make predictions, you look at things and the way each team has played. But Ireland, just their 4th match ever in CISM women's football, has made such a large improvement. You could see it out on the pitch. 29 minutes in, Comer with a good move right to left. Could be an opportunity for the U.S. Comer with a shot and a save by Dunn. Yet again, Lauren Dunn has been outstanding inside the 6-yard box. Makes another brilliant save.
No fear is done. She had so much courage and non-hesitation, like we were talking about a little earlier. She makes those decisions and acts on it without hesitating, and really helps this team from getting anything, or from not getting anything in the goal.
Sargent in there to McGovern. McGovern, was it last touched by an Irish defender? It was. Late call there, but a corner kick upcoming.
That's a corner kick for Team USA.
Taking a look at this last save. Nice move by Comer. Didn't quite have the angle, maybe. Tried to finish on the near side of the post and couldn't get it to go. McGovern. And she set up the second for the United States. Inside the penalty area, and it's pinged away. Good clearance there by Essie O'Connell.
Wigan dribbling around the U.S. midfield there. What a great attempt there to get it in their offensive.
So again, the storyline in this match as a player is down for Ireland. Inside center circle, right around the middle of the pitch. Looks like it could be McGuigan. They can't afford to lose her. So valuable to this unit. Now the trainer coming out for Ireland. So McGuigan getting looked at. And actually looks like one of the assistant coaches there. So that is Richard Crowe there for Ireland. Richard Crowe is one of the assistant coaches. Again, their trainer we talked about him earlier, but Devin Roach had to duck out for a wedding. So Richard Crow trying to showcase to Devin Roach that he knows what he's doing, making sure that McGuigan is okay, working on that right leg. Take a look at it again. McGuigan went down, collided with O'Sullivan there.
Crow, he's been the head coach for this team since 2018, but he also coached the Irish Defence Forces men's team. So it'd be interesting to see his thoughts, what the difference is between men's football and women's football as McGuigan gets up here and walks off the field.
Yeah, and that was the difference. So that was the difference we talked about at the first match. So head coach in Ireland is an assistant coach here in the United States. Of course, Darren Cody, the team manager. A lot of times in the United States, we call the manager the head coach. And so we're a little bit confused after that first match, but we gave Darren Cody his props. And Mr. Crow was telling us he was a star in Ireland for us shouting him out, saying he was the head of the program. And so he now also can put he's a trainer on the resume as well, as he takes care of McGuigan. And McGuigan is right back onto the pitch. Got to be careful of Comer there. Her speed is so lethal. Essie O'Connell kind of waited to get the ball. It's one of those situations where maybe she has to come up a little bit quicker just because Comer can fly. Talking about Nakia Comer, first lieutenant in the Army from Columbus, Georgia. Played 800 minutes in her career at Army from 2015 to 2018. First career assist came in 2018 against Boston University. She's a logistics officer. Jarmer, right foot, into the penalty area. McGovern couldn't get there, and making sure was done that it got over the goal, and it will be a corner kick.
No, when we were asking about some interesting facts about Comer, she said everyone in her family is 6 foot or taller. She said she was joking and saying, I guess they got that from me, right? But in another way, and I got told this a lot in soccer because I'm tiny, if you have that speed that Comer has, you don't have to worry about your size because the other players don't have a chance to even touch you.
McGovern, right foot of Gardner. Gardner just missed to the right of the net. Got the chance to meet the United States team for the first time yesterday. Derek Wayne and Marcy Walton set that up. They were talking about things to say on the broadcast, and a couple of them just said, make up random facts. Said, make up random things. They said, we believe in the talents of you and Shelby to talk about these things, but also it was so funny because while they said that, they were filling out certain things to say on the broadcast and talking about their backgrounds, where they come from, military history within their family, and talking about how special their families are. And so they are lighthearted human beings, but also take it seriously. They want to at least get to the bronze medal match. You know, they were hoping for gold, but they are going to need a couple more goals here and some help from Belgium later on tonight. Still staying focused yesterday was the U.S. team during their practice.
One of the most interesting things I've seen on the papers that were filled out is Lauren McGovern, who we've seen there taking all the corner kicks. She wrote on there, the question was, what are your special interests? What is something people don't know about you? She wrote, and I quote, I am a chicken nugget. Right? So it's got to be an inside joke there with the team, and I had to say it on air because I want them to know that we also thought it was funny. She was talking about her favorite part being burritos and really taking it lighthearted, and you can tell she's probably the jokester there on the team.
Yeah, she said, the question was, what are some of your aspirations in your soccer or military career? We talked about being serious, but also keeping it lighthearted. She said, I want to win, I want to meet new friends, I want to compete, and I want to increase my chicken nugget energy. So this U.S. team has had fun, and I know these Irish players, of course, are very sarcastic. They have a great sense of humor. They were talking about this tournament. And they were keeping it lighthearted. I know a lot of them, again, they want to win every match they compete in. A lot of them, of course, when they lost to Cameroon 12-0, they A, looked at it as a learning experience, but B, they were joking around saying, well, we never want to play Cameroon again. And so, but what did they do? They came back and beat Belgium 1-0, their first ever victory. And that's what Warriors do, right? That's what people do who sit there and go, hey, that was just one match. Whether you lose 12-0, 1-0, whatever it is, you draw, you win, you got to focus on the next task at hand and that next match, as this will be another corner kick for the United States. So the United States have had 9 shots so far. 5 have been on target. Dunn's had to make 4 saves. Of course, that goal from Haley Robertson, her 5th of the tournament. That was corner kick number 8 for the United States. See if Jarmer wants to play it back in here. Jarmer, nobody there. And Dunn will let it go.
Even with this Irish team, I think it's all about the silver lining, almost like it's the little things for the team. You know, they take the positives, you know, although it is a 12-0 loss, it's the positives. You know, they're like, oh, this was our first game together. We kind of got to actually play together for the first time, not in a practice setting in the U.S. And it was all about that positivity, which I really I see is inspiring with the Irish team.
So a 19th minute goal by Haley Robertson, as we've said, pushed past Sarah Paulison for France. See France take on South Korea tomorrow, but Haley Robertson now back on top after Paulison tied her yesterday with her goal, as Comer was offside, so Dawn Frein was all over that one. But Robertson is the difference. She was set up by Jada Sargent. As we said, Jada Sargent has the best name to be in the military. But Sargent got the assist in that 19th minute. In Ireland, their defense has been pretty good. Haven't had too many attacking chances, though, yet. Have not put up a shot and haven't really tested Hiddink.
Great pass by Jarmer and Gillette, just switching the field and taking the time to make those passes.
Here's Comer again. Slips. Lost control of the ball. Gets right back up. Rachel Madden defending her, and this will be corner kick number 9 for the United States.
And guess who's taking it? Chicken Nugget herself.
Yeah, Chicken Nugget's been busy over there. Team may buy her chicken nuggets if she sets up a goal here. There's Gardner, was inside the 6. Now Sargent, who set up the first goal. Sargent, right foot rocket deflected. Back to Gardner. Here's Gillette. U.S. comfortable playing it back here. Kipilei making her first start of the tournament. Kipilei into the penalty area. Good ball by Kipilei. Found the right foot of Kyle Bridell, but Bridell on a one-time couldn't finish it.
Let's check it out. Just getting a foot on the ball no matter what it was. It was almost like a scissor kick there in the goal box.
Good ball there by Taylor Kipilei. Originally from Iwa Beach, Hawaii. Bridell, captain in the Air Force from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Pretty famous city. Sargent, again, was looking for Robertson. Robertson thought maybe Comer was there. Bridell forces another corner. How about number 10? Double digits here in the first half for the United States. But so far, only one goal into the back of the net. McGovern Gardner. Another deflection. Is this going to be number 11? You better believe it. Number 11 here for the United States, and McGovern. Boy, she's getting her sprints in today from one quarter flag to the other.
I hope they were practicing their corner kicks yesterday when you were talking to them at the practicing behind the field here.
Yet again, McGovern. Gillette in the middle of the mix. So was the Bear. Good touch there by Derek Way, and he still got it. It's a good right foot there from the U.S. head coach. Can the United States get a second tally here as we approach the 44th minute of the match? Much like yesterday, this has a similar vibe to France and Canada. France had, 14 shots, I believe, in the first half. Couldn't score. They didn't score until the 62nd minute. Belkacemi got a header into the back of the net. Alex Hogg was outstanding for Canada. And France, Belkacemi added a second. Paulison, as we mentioned earlier, got a goal. So they beat Canada 3-0. Similar vibe here, Shelby. 1-0 U.S., about to be the 45th minute.
Well, when you have goalkeepers like Dunn and Hogg, it's hard to get a goal on them. It's more or less those impossible shots, those quick one-touches into the goal that can't really be stopped.
Good interception there. Great defense by Essie O'Connell. Could be one last push here for the United States. Robertson stops on the dime. So good with the ball at her feet. Dribbles it back. Now passes it back to Kipi Lei.
Looking to find Jarmer over here on the near side.
There is Jarmer. Give and go between her and McGovern. Jarmer. Left foot cross. Ireland's got to get it out of there. Almost clipped the head referee, and first go overtone. You see on your screen there, 2 minutes being added to this first half. McGovern weaving her way in, and yet again another great stop defensively for Ireland and Shannon Thomas. Here's Robertson, so lethal inside the 18. Slipped for a second, tried to find Comer. Now the Bear. Christina O'Sullivan. Brydell, good move there. Out wide, here's Jarmer. Jarmer, right foot, Robertson, could be a second, and just missed wide of the mark. What a ball there by Erica Jarmer. Captain in the Army from McMinnville, Oregon. Set up Robertson, and Robertson couldn't believe she didn't finish, Shelby.
Yeah, what a touch, and almost just missing the goal box there.
See it again. It was all set up by Brydell, who stopped, turned, kept the ball, kept the possession alive, then Jarmer and Robertson. Boy, I know it was a tougher angle just because she was kind of being pushed from the backside there. The United States missed a big-time opportunity to go up 2-0. And now, does Ireland have something here late? The feet of McGuigan. McGuigan. Out wide there to Emer Nolan. Now it's up to Mariska Overtoom, a FIFA referee from the Netherlands, and there is the call. So the whistle blows, and that will take us to the half. The United States dominate the first half, 12 shots up. They had 5 on goal. They had 11 corner kicks, but, Shelby, only 1 into the back of the net. So give Ireland a lot of credit, making it tough on the United States, but it was a 19th minute goal by Haley Robertson, her 5th of the tournament, to put her past Sarah Paulison at the top of the leaderboard.
Well, like you said it here, although they are up 1-0 U.S. to Ireland, the Irish defense has been holding it strong and stifling a lot of shots there. 12 shots on the goal and just letting 1 in for the U.S.
So 1-0 United States. Both nations going to talk it over. Fans here going to go to the snack bar and chat it up. We have a package for you, another one from our very favorite line producer and former Air Force Staff Sergeant Matt Hester, who sat down with 2 players from Mali to talk about their experience and how grateful they have been to the people in Spokane. We will see you on the flip side of this break.
Ne ka eta esprit kelen dɔrɔn an na kun ye kupu de an ka taa ni kupu an ka faso la ne kɔni igera imageo kungilenna kelen dɔrɔn do an ka gagne dɔrɔn an na kun ye min ye kupu de
a ka d'an ye nin ka kɛ ko daminɛlen a kana kɛ ko labanta ye quoi nin ka kɛ toujours ni compétition bɛ yen nɔ dɔrɔn Mali ka se ka ye nin kɛnɛba ninnu n'a ɲɔgɔnna caman kan.
Bon, fɛn min ye bolontan diya ne ye hali ni bolontan ye i n'a fɔ ne ka lafiya yɔrɔ de don quoi hali n'a sɔrɔ n stresselen don ni nana bolontan yɔrɔ la a bɛ nisɔndiya diya nɔ quoi et puis n bɛ occasion minnu sɔrɔ ka sortie min kɛ a bɛ expérience diya nɔ n ka fɛn caman dɔn n ka bɔ fɛn caman fɛnɛ kalama. Ne ka impression ye min ye ne ka famille bɛ k'a lajɛ diɲɛ bɛɛ bɛ k'a lajɛ o ne ka fierté de a diyara n ye trop et puis min yɛrɛ diyara n ye o ye n ka famille ta ye parce que n'i bɔra kɔ kan ka na bolontan na kɔ kan n'i ka famille y'a lajɛ to k'i wele k'i encourager a bɛ courage di mɔgɔ ma quoi mais bon hali n kɔrɔkɛ ye n wele sɔgɔmada in na ko ne bi don ni n sera Mali la yen nɔ a bɛna sɛ faga n ye o bɛɛ ma faamu lafiya.
Tiɲɛ na ne bɛ ka Mali an bɛ ka Mali représenter yan bi a diyara an ye kojugu surtout an bɛ 13e édition de la an nana ka na Mali kunna wolo nin ko in na a diyara ne ye kosɛbɛ ka sababu kɛ président min bɛ an ɲɛma an bɛ 13e édition na n'an nana participer n b'a fo kosɛbɛ kosɛbɛ yɛrɛ de.
Bon mo bɛ n bolo ka adresser mɔgɔba de la n ka famille bɛ yen nɔ n bɛ foli baden d'u ma ani an ka équipe tɔw an ka musomanin tɔw bɛ minnu bɛ Mali la minnu ma se ka na n ka foli b'u ye minnu y'an encourager fana k'an hakili b'u la fɔ yan u ka danna dɔrɔn an nana min kama ni Ala sɔnna ma a bɛ ɲɛ. Bon, mun bɛ ne bolo bɛɛ nana ka jamana représenter ne kɔni bɛ se ka min fɔ dɔrɔn que le meilleur gagne.
You know, every morning that we wake up, we step out and represent all the other soldiers out there fighting.
Wrestle, the box, the taekwondo, track and field. We have the World Championships, we have Pan American Games, we have the U.S. Nationals, and these guys compete in all of those.
You know, my friends and battle buddies that are downrange or stateside have been watching me, and I just want to go out there and just do my best for them.
Hearing people talk about they finally get to represent their country, and they've dreamed about this, and And I kind of smile because I realize I get to do that every time I go race.
When I was younger, or in high school or college, I was winning solely for my own name. When I'm competing with U.S. Army across my chest, I feel like I'm fighting for something much, much greater.
It's just an amazing thing to be able to be in the Army and represent the United States.
It's easy for athletes in our program to assume that responsibility because first and foremost, they're soldiers.
It's about the Army, not just here, but we expect, greatness every single day.
Through basic training, you start to build this huge mental stamina of knowing you can pretty much accomplish anything if you just put your mind to it.
Whether it's infantry, whether you're a cook, it doesn't matter. You get to perform under pressure. Most people, they think you're either born mentally tough or you're not. Well, you learn it, and you can always improve it.
It gives me power on the wrestling mat. It gives me strength. It gives me the ability to push past certain levels of pain or exhaustion.
I think being an athlete and a soldier and an athlete go, hand in hand really well.
I mean, these guys come in with attributes that every soldier has, and that's sacrifice, discipline, teamwork.
Because that's what we're all taught. That's what we expect of each other.
It's very much like a family, and you learn to depend and lean on your brothers and sisters for support.
The coaches are always here. They're always helping us. They're always watching film and always trying to find the best way to make us better.
We always focus on improving the mind and the body.
They want you to have good nutrition, good sleep, and good exercise.
To do all that, you got to be resilient and you got to be ready, and that's what we teach.
I don't know if I would have had that same mind frame if I wasn't in the Army.
Second one, ball here, sprinting up, coming back down. Third one, the whole time ball here. Third time, ball over the shoulder. You switch every round, right to left. Last round again sprinting, then we jog back. All right? There's no rest in between.
Are you ready for more? We set fire to life. Are you ready for more? Set. You know I'm already set. Keep it 10 toes down, even when I'm out of breath. They try to hold me down below for many tears I never wept. You know I'm focused on the goal, always working, never rest.
Taking a look at the first half highlights. That was the pass by Jada Sargent. Haley Robertson with her 5th tally of the tournament. And that's the difference. 1-0 United States. That was a 19th minute goal by Robertson. Shelby. Ireland, we gave them a lot of credit for their back line and, of course, their keeper and Dunn. They were pretty stout defensively. But the United States, maybe a little bit disappointed because they had 12 shots, 5 on target. They had 11 corner kicks in the first half.
The Irish defense, they've been doing phenomenal at stifling the attempts from the U.S. offensive, but now they have to make the switch to get to the offensive attack and maybe score a goal of their own here. But like you said, the U.S. may be a little disappointed that their shots haven't been making it to the back of the net, but coming out here in the second half, we may see a little bit of a difference here.
So it'll be Angela McGuigan, lieutenant in the Army. She will start us off. First touch, second half, inside center circle. So Ireland will start with the ball. But adjustment, Shelby. What can Ireland do to get on the attack? They didn't have a shot there in that first half.
You know, I think they're doing great in the back line and making some connecting passes to the flank and then getting it towards the center and crossing it above the goal post or in front of the goal will help them get at least something in the back of the net.
So Mariska Overtome there, the referee, and we are underway here in the second half. Again, really appreciate you guys joining us. I know this match started at 11:30 p.m. in Ireland. It's about 12:34 a.m. now. So hopefully you stayed up late as Kaylee Utley, who just checked in at half, is into the match trying to find Comer. Comer, a diving save. Robertson, and it's deflected by Walsh. What a sequence there for the Irish defense. I'm not sure how the first didn't get into the back of the net, and then Walsh acted as the keeper because Dunn was still on the turf, and she made a kick save. Take a look.
Substitution for Team Ireland.
Nice defense and the trust that Leah Walsh had and the skill to see that their goalkeeper, Lauren Dunn, was outside the box and coming in behind her to make sure that they get that deflection and stop a goal from getting in there.
Now Ireland with this chance. That's Kyo. Deflected. And there's the goal scorer. And Katie Gernsbacher, who checked in. So let's get to the substitutes here. Couldn't get to them because of that attack for the United States. And this could be another one. Good ball by Sargent. Comer, blazing speed, but Walsh gets back. Now a trio of Irish defenders here. How about Leah Walsh? Great 1v1 defense. It's going to result in a corner kick. It'll be corner kick number 12 for the United States. Try and get to these substitutes real fast here. Kaylee Utley is into the match, as you saw. Coming off the pitch was Lauren McGovern. So McGovern's out. And then that woman right there who scored the game winner against Germany is into the match. And coming off the pitch for the United States was, they marked it down as number 14. I'll get to that in a second. Comer back out to Gernsbacher. Gernsbacher plays it on the ground. Ireland still trying to get it out of there. Now a right foot try and misses wide of the mark. That was Jada Sargent. So Gernsbacher came in for Christina O'Sullivan. So it's 4 in for 5. So Gernsbacher goes into that attacking midfield role. And then Utley, of course, came in for McGovern. Could be another chance here. There is Utley. So dangerous. Scored the first for the United States against Germany in the 11th minute off the right foot of Comer. And yet again, another save for Dunn.
Right away in the second half, the U.S. is pressuring Lauren Dunn in the goal box and trying to get us shots on the goal, and I think they've added about 3 more.
So Ireland has a couple of subs as well. taking a look. It looks like number 11 is into the match, and number 11 is Chloe Farrell. So Farrell, trying to see who she's in for. Again, we're trying to relay it to you guys once it's told to us. So Farrell is into the match. It also looks like number 7 is onto the pitch. That's Sophie Donnelly, so that's 2 numbers that we didn't see in that first half. So there it is. 11 is in for 20. So Emer Nolan is out of the match. Chloe Farrell is into the match. Kaylee Utley gets ready for the corner kick here. Can Utley set up the second for the United States? Sargent couldn't get to it. There's Brydell. Brydell off the head of Gillette, and Gillette missed wide. So another good attack there for the United States, but nothing showing. Sophie Donnelly is into the match for Daisy Teisel, so it's 7 in for 14, by the way. That should be all the substitutes, as Gillette just missed it. So 50th minute of the match. And as a reminder, during this hydration break, we'll be talking to Lieutenant Colonel Kirschman, the man, the myth, the legend, the hero in the Air Force at Fairchild Air Force Base, who has set up this whole tournament. From everybody in the stands to everyone working this tournament, it's a big thanks to him. So he's coming up at the hydration break. And trust me, you don't want to miss that interview with Shelby and I. He has so much to say. He's one of the greatest people on the planet. So I want to give him his credit for everything he's done for the nation as well as this tournament.
And two, he's a humble guy, right? He won't say that it was just him. He's going to talk about his teammates and everybody that helped him from Fairchild Air Force Base and the Spokane area to help make this tournament a success.
Comer, nutmeg there, and it's going to be a corner kick. Boy, that was beautiful there from Comer. The nutmeg of Rachel Madden. It is so tough to do. And now Gernsbacher will take the corner here on the near side. Corner kick number 14 for the United States. Gernsbacher cleared away, finds it at her feet again. Wants to play it to her dominant right foot. Donnelly working on Gernsbacher. Deflection, stays inside the penalty area. So Utley has switched sides of the pitch here with Comer now. That's what Derek Wayne has done a lot this tournament. So Utley's now the right wing. See her here, and deflects one off of Walsh. And guess what? Stop me if you've heard this before, but another corner coming up. This is corner kick number 15.
Gernsbacher taking this kick again. And speaking of strong women, she is one of 8 Marines, female Marines in her battalion taking this kick, Katie Gernsbacher.
Gernsbacher, low liner off the right foot of Robertson, but it deflects off Kyo, so it's going to be corner kick number 16. Gernsbacher started her collegiate career at the University of Texas, played 2 seasons for the Longhorns before transferring to North Texas, played 25 matches for UT, and then started 14 of 21 for the Mean Green in 2016. 53rd minute. The header from Sargent, field goal is good, but again, too high. United States, much like France yesterday, mimicking the French the way they played against Canada. Opportunity after opportunity, but struggling to find the back of the net. That was not a great decision there. This is Gernsbacher trying Dunn. Did Dunn touch it? She did not. So wide of the mark there by Gernsbacher.
The Irish team here has to be proud of the way that they are defending this goal, right? You talk and you see the scoreboard, 20 shots on goal and only 1 in the back of the net for the U.S.
Gernsbacher. Good spin move before. Finds Comer. So they've reset. So Comer's back as the right wing here. And Kaylee Utley's back to the left wing. Comer goes down. Right in front of the assistant referee. Yoan Tita didn't call it. Kipilei. Number 17.
And another corner kick for Team USA.
Gernsbacher, who had 2 against Belgium, 75th and 79th minutes, struck within 4 minutes, had the game winner against Germany. Still trying to set up the second off the head. It's deflected. And now Kaylee Utley will get her sprints in over to the corner flag. Well, the United States only have 1 goal, but they may set a corner kick record. This is corner kick number 18. Utley into the penalty area, off the head of Gardner, who was looking for Gillette, but Gillette couldn't see it in the sun. That's the sun that the back line for Ireland has to stare into, as well as Lauren Dunn, the keeper. See if Walsh can get it out of there for Ireland, and she does.
Just a constant attack here by the U.S. team and constant deflection by the Irish team.
That was into the sky here in Spokane by Kipilei. So Kipilei is funny. Question was, tell us something that many people wouldn't know. Awards, recognition, interests, hobbies. She said, I have a Great Dane, also a husky German Shepherd, and a fat cat at home. That was her response.
And you saw that there. She shouted them out for watching at home.
Kipilei is a ship driver. And she said, yes, I actually go to work on this ship daily. So you just see the sense of humor for a lot of these military women for the United States. Utley, you know, she's trying to get to the right foot, and a rocket off the arms of Dunn, who then catches it in the air. Great save by Dunn to deflect it in the air and got to it before Haley Robertson could get it away from her. We don't have radar guns on the pitch, but Kaylee Utley just struck that ball. It felt like 100 miles an hour.
And having, like I said, zero hesitation by Dunn in deflecting it, but then getting right back under it, because we know those deflections are deadly.
Gernsbacher, was Robertson on? She was. Cleared away. Number 19 coming up.
Corners for Team USA.
It was McGovern who got all the corner kicks for the most part in the first half. It's been Gernsbacher and Utley. Gernsbacher again. 58th minute. Robertson's there. Gillette's there. Right foot. And another clearance for Ireland. Utley may try one, and boy, that is dangerous. Oh my goodness. That is off the right foot of Utley, and a player is down for Ireland. That is Sophie Donnelly. Boy, head coach and training staff coming out for Ireland. Oh my goodness. Scary sight here in Spokane. It's just talking about Kaylee Utley and how hard she hits the ball. And that caught Sophie Donnelly square. Boy, Shelby, hoping that Donnelly is okay here.
A hit like that, wow. And just being tough to take it and getting to come back out here and getting looked at by the training staff. We hope she's okay and going to get up here soon.
So Donnelly is down here. And again, Darren Cody is out there. So is Richard Crow. Taking a look at her. It's just the last thing you want to see. It's the last thing you want to see out on the pitch. And again, no intent from Utley. She's kicking the ball there, trying to score on Dunn. And Donnelly was in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
You saw Utley immediately saw it hit and went over to go see if she was okay. And I know that we know that she didn't mean to do that there.
It's good to see Donnelly here get her head up there. Getting a big standing ovation here in Spokane. Dangerous at times, right? A lot of times we talk about it. It's not an easy sport. I know a lot of people think of soccer as a little bit easier, not a lot of injuries, maybe some non-contact, and boy, that is good to see. That's good to see. I mean, Sophie Donnelly, we talk about all these women, Shelby. She's a warrior. She hops right up there. Talking to Richard Crow, the assistant coach. You know, he's trying to make some jokes there to try and get her to laugh. So Donnelly coming off the pitch, and of course we'll wait and see if she gets subbed out or if she's able to go.
And if you think about it too, when you get nobody wants an injury, correct? But if you get an injury here in this tournament, you also have an injury when you go back into your military branch. So you might have to sit out couple of things, the PT, the missions, after coming off of this field here with an injury, and that's not something a lot of ladies here want to think about.
Two great things to see there. First and foremost, the United States giving Ireland the ball. Great gesture of friendship through sport. Also, guess who's back onto the pitch? It's Sophie Donnelly. Immediately looked at her manager and Darren Cody, as well as Richard Crow, and said, no, I'm a warrior. I'm staying in. She is back out on the pitch. So Sophie Donnelly, you know she's going to feel that in the morning. You know she's feeling it here, but she wants to represent her country. She wants to be out there on the pitch and try and come back in this match. Gernsbacher trying to make it 2-0. Gernsbacher yet again scored the game winner against Germany, and she strikes here in the 61st minute. Her fourth tally of the tournament to push the United States up 2-0.
Let's check out the replay of that score right there, making it 2-0 U.S. over Ireland here in Spokane, Washington at Union Stadium. Pass through, just a slight dribble and a shot right there. No hesitation, and Lauren Dunn is in disbelief that it went through there in that goal.
Katie Gernsbacher, the only player on the team representing the Marines, strikes again. So Robertson got her fifth. Gernsbacher's got her fourth. She's now tied with Paulison as the only two players in second with 4 goals in this tournament. As we get a substitute here for Ireland, and that is Saoirse O'Reilly. O'Reilly checks in, and guess what? Talked about Derek Wayne's birthday today. Saoirse O'Reilly has a birthday, I believe, Shelby, tomorrow.
Yes, she will be turning 22.
So a happy early 22nd birthday to Saoirse O'Reilly. She has been phenomenal in this tournament. Good to see her into the match here in the 63rd minute. But Katie Gernsbacher, boy, she has made such a difference. Did not start this match, checked in because of the yellow card she picked up last match. Remember, to pick up a second yellow card, you have to sit out for the bronze or gold medal match. So both coaches playing it safe in the first half. Gernsbacher again couldn't get it to go.
It's exactly what you said in the last final matches here of group play, being so careful with those yellow cards, making sure that the players don't get another one, so they have to sit out for a possible gold or a bronze medal match.
So this is Gernsbacher's first time ever participating in this tournament. You talked about one of only 8 women in the battalion. Here is Brydell. Brydell, flag stays down. Brydell left foot. Here's Robertson. What a pass by Kyle Brydell. Robertson with her second of the match. She's got a brace. It's her 6th of the tournament. And the United States, within a couple of minutes, have tripled their lead. They lead 3-0.
we talk about perfect push passes, but look at that cross there and an easy touch there into the goal, and where to be in the right place at the right time for Robertson.
You saw the frustration there from Dunn. That is how unselfish Kyle Brydell is. Could have taken a left foot laser, instead crossed one in to the 18, just outside the 6. And what does the vacuum cleaner and Robertson does? She finishes for her second of the match. Another brace for Robertson, but all thanks to Kyle Brydell. Brydell's first assist of the tournament. I wanted to finish the point really quickly on Gernsbacher, but her mom has been in every game. Every game her mom's been here. Mama Gernsbacher. So shout out to her, watching her daughter play. And speaking of Gernsbacher, Robertson, maybe a hat trick, instead trying to find Utley, maybe a little too unselfish between the two that play for the Ollie Town Artesians in the Northwest Premier League. There have only been 2 hat tricks in this tournament so far. Haley Robertson in the first match of the tournament, first half of that first match against Belgium, as well as Nanga for Cameroon, who got a hat trick in 4 minutes. That is not a joke, and it was against this Irish team.
Robertson is dangerous in the front, and we all know that. And we've seen a couple of teams, they stick a defender on her and make sure they stay so they can shut down any attempt at a goal for Robertson. And you know what? Maybe that's what the Irish defensive line needs to do, is keep a man on Robertson and just deflect any ball there through her. Another chance, and deflected here by the Irish defense. It'll be a U.S. throw-in. And it looks like that takes us to our hydration break here. And like Alex was saying earlier, we have a special guest in the booth with us here today to talk a little bit about the U.S. team and his role in making the CISM tournament a success. So we have Lieutenant Colonel Kirschman, Kirsch as we call him, here in the booth to talk to us a little bit.
Yeah, Shelby, this is very exciting for us. As you see, we're up here. Nice job by Mr. Allen over there on the camera getting us. Sorry, I got to put my paper down so they get your face on there. But Alex Gould, U.S. Air Force Staff Sergeant Shelby Pruitt-Johnson, and Lieutenant Colonel Kirschman. He's a hero who not only serves his country proudly over at Fairchild Air Force Base, but he's the hero of this tournament. I mean, he is. You really are. And so all of this is because of so many people. I know you're going to be humble, but you're a big reason why there are so many fans taking in each match. It's so good to have you up here.
Yeah, thanks. Glad to be here.
So talk to us about what all goes into this. How much planning does it take? When did you know that you were going to be hosting over here? And give us the whole shebang.
Yep, so back in August, September, we heard another base might not be able to host this event, and then talked to Steve Denote and talked to the Air Force or the U.S. Armed Forces head coach, and they were looking for a base, and I said, what about bringing it up here to Fairchild? My wing commander was on board. He said, hey, if we have an opportunity to host it, let's do it. So our FSS Force Support Squadron commander, Ryan Whitaker, put in for it, and Steve Denote ended up selecting us.
That must have been good. That must have been fun.
Yeah, big celebration for us. We're happy to host the largest CISM women's soccer event in the tournament history. To get all 10 teams here was a huge success.
And so how does it feel? Like, tell us, not a lot of people get to do all of this logistics just to see something unfold so perfectly. How does that feel for you?
Yeah, I absolutely love rewarding the women and getting what they deserve and having a very good quality stadium here, and then having the competition here, but treating them like professional athletes, which I feel like they deserve, and this has been a long time coming for them.
Absolutely.
And I know you were a player at the Air Force Academy. What position did you play?
Yeah, I played the right back for the Air Force Academy, and then went on to play for the All Air Force men's national soccer team and the Armed Forces men's national soccer team. And all those teams I played right back.
Do you think the back line and defenders get enough credit?
Yeah, it depends. If you get the shutout, then goalkeepers usually get the clean sheets, but it's a success for everybody.
It's a team clean sheet, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But I know your wife and kids have been taking this in as well. What has the experience been like for them?
Yeah, so my son's at half field right now. He's a ball boy sitting in the shade. And then my wife's sitting over in a tent with my daughter. But they've absolutely loved seeing the different countries come here, listening to different languages, learning about different cultures, and all about friendship through sport.
So have you had a chance to really, I mean, you're the U.S. liaison, correct? So have you had a chance to talk to the U.S. team and bond with them a little bit?
Yeah, so I was involved with the 3 weeks leading up to this, part of their tryouts in their soccer camp. So I was one of the assistant coaches. So I was helping the Coach Wayne make decisions as far as who was going to get cut, who was going to make the team, and then setting the formation.
Well, that's got to be a hard decision, though, talking about who's going to get cut. So we talked to Coach Wayne, and he said this team has almost been the best team that they've had. Do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. The quality that we had during tryouts was phenomenal. They were able to bring in really good quality players. Like you guys mentioned before, most of these players have played at the collegiate level or semi-professionally or even some professionally.
That's awesome. You can tell here, and having them here this close to the bronze medal match.
When you're a liaison, but you're also running the tournament and all that jazz, do you have to remove yourself a little bit from rooting for the United States? I know you want them to win. Everyone knows that. But do you have to remove yourself at all when you're talking about the subs and doing everything before the match?
Yeah, so it's very similar to when I'm Team USA's head coach and I have Army, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard players who play for me. I tell them, once you're my player, you'll always be my player. I'll always be in your corner, and I'll always be cheering for you. Of course, when you face us, I want us to come out on top, but I still want you to have a good game. And that's how I feel about Team Ireland today. I really enjoy hanging out with Ireland, and I wish them the best of luck. I hope they have a good game, but yes, in the end, of course, I want my United States to win.
What do you think about this match so far? I mean, Katie Gernsbacher, it seems like every time she comes in, she makes such a difference.
Yeah, immediate impact off the bench. We just have to be careful with her because she's sitting on a yellow. So just a little concerned, making sure that she gets out of this game without receiving that second yellow and has to sit out the bronze medal match.
Comer going to throw it in here for the United States. We're in the 72nd minute, 3-0 U.S. thanks to 2 second-half goals. Haley Robertson scored in the 19th minute in the first half, and then added one in as well in the 63rd minute. That was 2 minutes after Gernsbacher's blistering strike just outside the penalty area. See Kaylee Utley there. There's Gernsbacher, headband and all. How often when you were playing in the back line were you man-marking on someone? Because it feels like all tournament long there's been someone who has been step for step. I know you saw that especially in the Cameroon match, but has been step for step with Haley Robertson.
When I was in college, usually we'd do a lot of scouting, and we'd figure out who their best player was, and my job was to shut down their best striker. So I went against people like Pat Noonan, who played for Indiana Hoosiers and went on to play for the MLS team and now coaches the U.S. men's national team. But players like him, I would have to do a lot of research, see what foot he liked to go to, what his tendencies were, and then my job was to shut him down.
Not a great decision there by Shannon Thomas. Intercepted by Robertson. We're just talking about her. Plays it to Gernsbacher. Rydell, who had that terrific assist. Kaylee Utley seeing how hard she can kick the ball and the impact she's made in this tournament. Did you ever wish that you were playing on the attack, that you were a forward or a midfielder? Did you enjoy your role and embrace it?
Yeah, so what's amazing about being a right back is I could get up and down the wing. So I was able to get involved in the offense and get a lot of assists. So one that comes to mind is 2011. Got the game-winning assist in the championship national title playing against the Navy, playing for Coach Wayne. But I love getting those assists and those crosses in as a right back.
That is Shannon Thomas. Speaking of backs, she's down inside the penalty area, making sure that she's okay. Head referee Miska Overtoom is waiting. Make sure she's all right. Looks like she is. I want to tell a quick story about the person that you are. And I know you don't like this. You don't like people talking about you. You want to talk about other people. And I think that's the person that you are and always will be. But celebrated a birthday the other day. I know Shelby did an amazing job. Steve Denote got me a cake. There was a great shout out here by our crew who's been working so hard and made me feel a part of the family. Only after a week of knowing everybody here. And we got done. It was a long day, about 12 plus hours. I get to the Fairchild Inn. I'm getting ready for bed. And all of a sudden, I get a call from you saying, hey, are you hungry? I said, well, I guess I could eat. And you said, all right, well, get up. We're going out. And so got dressed, got ready. And there was one person in the world on this planet that took me out for my 28th birthday. And that was you. And that meant so much to me. I know my family really appreciated it because they couldn't be here. My girlfriend appreciated it. She couldn't be here. But there was one person who took me out, and that was you. And it was just amazing to get to know your story and get to know everything about this. As Robertson was looking for a hat trick and a great save by Dunn there. Lauren Dunn still working so hard inside the 6 to keep it at a 3-0 disadvantage. So this will be corner kick number 20, it looks like, coming up for the United States and Kaylee Utley. But one person took me out for my birthday, and that was you. And it meant so much to me. It did. And got to hear your story about you and your wife and your kids and your dreams and aspirations. And so you're not only a hero at the Fairchild Air Force Base and what you do to serve this country, but you're just a hero to so many. You are. So thank you.
You're welcome. So I can't thank you guys enough. We could put on an outstanding event here, but if we don't have people to show it or broadcast it or talk about it to the world, then it just stays here, and the memories stop here just in people's minds. But what you guys are doing is sharing this across continents, and your ability to broadcast the game and talk about the players, it takes it to the next level, which we've never been able to do it like this before. So we can't thank enough the 2nd and 3rd Audiovisual Squadrons, and then you guys just coming in and rocking this. But you guys are the voice for us, so we really appreciate it.
And Steve Denote, too, because he believed in this. He's the one who said, hey, I want to get the 2nd and 3rd together. And for some reason brought me in. I'll never know why, but brought me into this mix as well. But a big thank you to him. But I told you, folks, I knew I was going to thank him about the birthday, and then he was going to thank everyone else, because that's what you do. Mm-hmm. But you got anything else for us?
Yeah, just want to say thanks to my wife. As you know, this takes a lot of time, so she's had to take the kids for the past few weeks, just keeping them safe at home and everything. But thanks to the tournament committee, the CISM Sports Committee, you guys, our referees coming in from all over the world. Union Stadium, Jennifer's been doing a great job. She's like the owner of the stadium, basically. But can't thank everybody enough. And then Team Fairchild for all their support. And for our wing commander, Cassius Bentley, he's about to move to a different base, different assignment. But for him allowing us to put our name in the hat, there's so many people to thank behind the scenes that have made this possible. And these women get to benefit from it all.
And Utley could benefit from that through ball. Utley looking for the 4th for the United States, and you are good luck, my friend. Kaylee Utley with her 4th tally of the tournament. Checked in after the half, and you can see right there in the 78th minute puts the United States up 4-0. You want to break this down, Kirsch?
Great through ball. Her first touch was great towards goal, so the right pace on the ball, and then the keeper comes out and just hits it with the inside of the foot. It's brilliant. Textbook, baby.
You could do this.
Yeah, I was going to say, you may have a future in that. I mean, you have a future in a lot of things. I think there's so many different jobs you can do. But, again, you thanked everyone else, but we thank you. A, for your service, but B, for everything you've done for every single person here. You've made time for everyone, and everyone needs to know your name and who you are. So, Lieutenant Colonel Kirschman, Kirsch, we appreciate you, my friend.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go USA.
So Lieutenant Colonel Kirschman got to witness a United States goal on the broadcast for everything that man has done. Again, just a hero in his own right for what he does to serve the U.S. military. But Shelby, he makes you feel like you've known him your whole life. He's the type of person where you meet him one time and you feel like you've met before.
It's really a testament to his character, right? When you're a lieutenant colonel, sometimes being personable is kind of not really a second thought, but really hard for you to do because you are so focused on a lot of other things. But Kirsch, although he is focused on those things, he really makes it has an importance on being personable, having that character, and getting to know each and every person here for the person that they are.
And he is the type of person, too, who after the match is going to talk to us and say, too much about me. He is. That's the type of guy he is. But not only a great Division I athlete, serving his country and serving everyone proud here in Spokane. What a beautiful tournament it's been for all 10 nations. It's Kaylee Utley who just scored. Robertson looking for the hat trick, and a left foot save and a beauty there by Dunn. Boy, Robertson's been close a couple of times to that hat trick. It would have been her second hat trick of the tournament. And Lauren Dunn had other plans. Talk about this Irish team playing in their final match of the group stage. As Utley, great closing speed again. A kind of push from behind there by Kyo, and it's going to be a no call.
Something interesting, too, about this U.S. team that they've done, and we talked about some of the memories and the stories that the team has gotten to bond over here in Spokane. One of the things they got to do as a team is visit Thrive International. It's an organization that empowers immigrants, refugees, and citizens. And they actually hosted a soccer camp with 60 kids from 10 countries over in the past few weeks. And the U.S. team got to go watch the games and even had a water balloon fight with some of the kids that played. And a lot of them said that was the best thing that they remember so far of the Spokane tournament, is that community relations with the Spokane area.
Here's Utley again. Look out. And again, pinged off a defender. That time it was Siobhan O'Sullivan, the hero for Ireland last match. I know there were some substitutes that checked in while we were talking to Lieutenant Colonel Kirschman. Brydell off Kyo. It's going to be a corner for the United States. But the subs that checked in, obviously O'Sullivan is into the match. Hadn't seen her yet. Trying to see and look at some new numbers out there for Ireland. And for the United States, I believe they had another player come on as well. I think that's the first time we've seen Marissa Groton. So Groton is in the match. Have to give her some credit. Played one season for the Air Force back in 2013. Utley, field goal is good, but not what she was trying to do. And here's another sub checking in for Ireland. So 19 is going to be off the pitch for Ireland coming up soon. So Rachel Madden will be off. And 17 is checking in. So Mary Gallagher, one of the first times we've seen Mary Gallagher, she'll check in to the match for Rachel Madden. And then Haley Robertson, she should get a big ovation. What a tournament she's had. She has another brace today, Shelby. She now has 6 goals in the tournament, and she gets the rest of this 8+ minutes off.
And props to Derek Wagan there, the coaching staff for the U.S. team, bringing Robertson off, even though she is the moneymaker there in the front, but letting the other players get a chance to get a foot on the ball and have some experience here at Union Stadium against Ireland.
Angela Karamanos checking in for Robertson. Played for the Air Force Academy from 2014 to 2017. We've seen Karamanos start a couple of matches in this tournament. Makes a big difference in the middle of the pitch. That's going to be a foul there on Walsh. He didn't quite agree with the call. But for the United States, again, they trailed Cameroon in the goal differential. There's still a story here, Shelby. The United States, of course, is going to lock themselves into at least the bronze medal match. Really big deal for Team USA. But also, too, if they can get a couple more goals into the back of the net here, still a big deal. They can win by about 6 or more. They'll be at least tied with Cameroon in the goal differential, to where if Belgium can shock and stun Cameroon, it would be Belgium's first win ever in this CISM football tournament, not just this year, first win ever, and beat Cameroon, there's a chance still that the U.S. could play for the gold medal match against France or South Korea.
We're getting so close, just 3 matches away after this one to the bronze medal and the gold medal matches. And you can see tensions are rising. The teams are really locking in their skills and trying to get as many goals as they can for that goal differential.
Yeah, so Belgium versus Cameroon, that match is next at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And then the final day of Group B tomorrow, 3:30 p.m. Pacific time, South Korea versus France. Both teams are 3-0. Both teams have 9 points, and both teams have the gold medal match in sight. So the winner of that match will go to the gold medal match on Friday, and that gold medal match is at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So that day's a little bit different. So on Friday, July 22nd, it's a noon Pacific start time for the bronze medal match, which will be either the United States or Cameroon versus either South Korea or France. And then the gold medal match at 4 p.m. Pacific time, which will either be the United States or Cameroon versus South Korea or France.
It'll be an action-packed day for sure, and I'm so excited to be there and be so near those matches here after this match.
So 86th minute. There's Groton. Groton, by the way, a cool nugget on her. She's a triplet. Ball's played out wide near side. Comer, good closing speed. Comer dancing around Walsh. Good move, but a deflection. Here's the soon-to-be 22-year-old is Gardner, who didn't agree. Going to get called for the foul.
Gardner, on her sheet, wrote rookie. And when we talked about how long she's been with the team, she's a rookie. But you cannot tell out there she brings her A game and is playing well with chemistry in the back line.
Also, one more nugget, too, on Groton. Not only a triplet, but a really talented clarinet player. Big-time clarinet player for Groton, who's an AWACS pilot. He's the jack of all trades. Swing and a miss that time by O'Sullivan. Gernsbacher was intercepted by Turner. Or excuse me, by Thomas. So Thomas, who we've talked about, played for Delta State Division II school in Mississippi. Started 25 of 47 matches in her career. She has been a huge help to this Irish back line.
This might be a chance here for the Irish offensive to get some touches in, a sequence play to get it towards the goal.
Speaking of Thomas, she's going to take it right near the penalty area. So that's another player we didn't get to. And again, we were talking to Lieutenant Colonel Kirschman, so I want to get to the subs. I know it's a little bit late here. But Leah McAvoy also checked into the match for Ireland. So McAvoy is in there. Lieutenant in the Army from Middleton, Cork, Ireland. But as it stands now, if this score were to hold, the United States would have a goal differential of plus 14, but Cameroon, I believe, was at plus 16. Cameroon would have the 2-goal advantage, which would mean that Cameroon would have to lose by 2 in order for the United States to have a chance. Then they would be tied in goal differential. And then it would go to goals for, and we'd have to take a look at that as well. The United States would love to get at least one more into the back of the net here to get that much closer to Cameroon in case Belgium pulls the upset. There's Karamanos. Comer Comer. Tried to find Karamanos.
Karamanos is a captain in the Air Force, an F-15 weapons system operator, and her family goes to every match, no matter where it is in the States.
Here she is. Bridell. Gernsbacher. I think Gernsbacher thought maybe Comer was there inside the penalty area. Kipi Lei trying to find a teammate. Great ball by Kipi Lei. That was to Jarmer over there on the backside. What a cross to the far post. Jarmer's shot was deflected. So 90th minute here. Can Gernsbacher set up another one? 2 minutes are going to be added to these 90. So 90 plus 2. Still some time here for the United States to put one into the back of the net. Gernsbacher, and there it is, into the back of the net, skying high here in Spokane. What a ball by Gernsbacher, and you were just talking about Karamanos. The two attacking mids make the difference there. What a connection. It is 5-0 United States. So Karamanos, that is her first goal of the tournament. She had 14 career tallies in her time at the Air Force. You see the ball there, Shelby, and what a job. Skying high to get it with the head by Karamanos.
And Dunn being in disbelief, it is not easy to be in a crowded goal box like that and to get ahead on the ball. Karamanos did a great job there, a brave job, kicking it or getting it with her head to get it a goal to make it 5-0 U.S. versus Ireland.
So Keogh is down for Ireland. So we'll see if Mariska Overtoom adds any more time to this. She probably will because of the injury here. So we want to take a look at the updated group rankings and what they would be. Again, if this score holds, it likely will. The United States, as it stands now, take a look. They would be tied with Cameroon. But because of goal differential as of right now, Shelby, they'd be down by 1. Okay? So that's the first story. Then, don't forget, Cameroon plays Belgium tonight. So if Cameroon draws or wins that match, they draw, they'll have 10 points. They'll be 1 point ahead of the United States. They go to the gold medal match. If they win, of course, 12 points. They go to the gold medal match. They'll go 4-0 in Group A. If Cameroon loses and this score stands, the United States, because of goals for right now, would have the advantage, but only by 1. So they would need Belgium to win 1-0, for example, to go to the gold medal match. So that's where we're at. And again, it would be a big upset, no doubt about it, if Belgium beats Cameroon, but we have seen some wild things happen in this sport.
Some great motivation there for the Belgium team to get that upset, not only just getting it and beating the Cameroon team, but providing an opportunity here for another team to maybe have a chance at the gold medal match.
That's going to be a handball on O'Reilly. And so we were being told that Mariska Overtoom added about 1 more minute roughly. That's why we always say 90 plus 2, but it's not indefinite, and this is Comer. Can the United States get their goal differential to be the same as Cameroon? Could make a big difference. Kipi Lei going backwards, though. So we'll see Mariska Overtoom how much more time she wants to give here. She said to Alexandra Kola, that the 4th official, that she'd add about 1 more minute left. Unless the United States gets it on their attacking third, she will blow the whistle pretty soon. And that is it. So the United States end Group A with a dominant victory over Ireland. They win 5-0. Haley Robertson with a brace. The United States added 3 more. And now all they can do, Shelby, is wait and watch what happens in this match tonight between Cameroon and Belgium. But a great effort there from Team USA.
and you see the Irish team, they're not down. They're excited. They're here with respect and sportsmanship, shaking hands with all the team members. But what a game there. The U.S. won, so they will be going against the bronze against either South Korea or France here in the next couple of days.
And at least the bronze, right?
At
So again,
least.
they have that backdoor chance to potentially get to the gold medal match. But yes, the United States has at least locked themselves in to the bronze medal match at noon Pacific time on Friday against either South Korea or France. But the United States hoping that maybe, just maybe, this was enough if Belgium pulls off a stunner tonight against Cameroon. Boy, for Ireland, I'll tell you what, they played really great defense in the first half, kind of got away from them in the second half. But I know this has been such a great experience for them, and it's not done yet. They are either going to play in the 7th place match or the 9th place match, depending on how things shake out. And actually, I think, in fact, unless Belgium wins tonight, Ireland will be in that 7th place match, playing against the team that got 4th in Group B. So that'll either be the Netherlands or Canada. That's who Ireland's going to see. Because the 7th place match, 9th place match, and 5th place matches will all take place on the fields behind Union Stadium here. I don't know if we get a shot of that. But there's 3 pitches set up over there for the 9th, 7th, and 5th place matches. Those, though, will not be streamed. So this will be the last time to our Irish fans watching that we say thank you so much for all the support from all of us on social media. We heard you, we saw you, and this Irish team played really well, got their first ever win against Belgium.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody, for watching in Ireland, around Europe, to support these Irish girls here. And we have had a great time bonding and talking to the liaison from the Ireland team and talking to the teams and the coaches and really seeing them improve and grow in the tournament here.
So you see the highlights here. The United States, Haley Robertson got that brace yet again. Now 6 tallies for her on the tournament. Puts her 2 ahead of Sarah Paulison from France. But of course, we're going to see Paulison again tomorrow. So she has the chance to tie Robertson going into those playoff matches. But another great match here, Shelby, as we get set for Cameroon and Belgium. Cameroon trying to become the first African nation to ever reach the gold medal match. Belgium trying to play the spoiler. So we will see you guys at 7 p.m. Pacific time. A great win, the 3rd win of the tournament for the United States. They're at least in the bronze medal match. They win 5-0.